The secrets were covered up until the end of the abbot's life in France, where he left behind a legacy as a friend to the poor. Yet archived correspondence, published in a Radio France investigation, show that the church knew that Abbe Pierre was accused of sexual abuse as far back as the 1950s. In particular, during a number of month-long tours in the US and Canada. In 1955, a student who'd helped organise Abbe Pierre's stay in the United States wrote, "I saw so many things during the trip, ways in which the father acted as an individual." The abbot later wrote him a threatening letter.
"You promised to stop meddling. Know that not one recurrence will go unanswered, and if necessary, my answers will be brutal, surgical."
4 years later in Quebec, the police was called following complaints against the priest, but the affair was hushed up. On his return to France, Abbe Pierre defended himself in a letter to a cardinal. At the end of 1957, the church sent the priest to a hospital in Switzerland, officially for a hernia, but people close to him say it was over concerns of a sex scandal. It would take decades until the first allegations came to light, in July, shocking France. Further testimonies gathered by the charities founded by Abbe Pierre detail more allegations, including repeated sexual contact with a vulnerable person and sexual contact with a child.
Abbe Pierre was a priest who could improve his image because he was a priest of the voiceless, the priest of the homeless. And so we wonder if that isn't also why the church took such precautions with him. In any case, it's clear that at the time, these matters were not a subject of discussion.
Radio France also interviewed a documentary maker who witnessed a crude conversation between the abbot and a young woman.
After a few seconds of conversation, Abbe Pierre asked the woman if she ever thought of him. The young woman replied, a little embarrassed, yes, occasionally she would think of him. He then responded, "Do you touch yourself when you think of me?"
17 years after his death, the latest claims have prompted the Abbe Pierre Foundation to announce it will change its name. A memorial to the priest will also be permanently closed. Reiterating their total support for the victims, his charities have also set up an independent committee to explain the failings that allowed Abbe Pierre to act as he did for more than 50 years.